Can I still get evicted during the pandemic? The short answer is hello, everybody. It's me, Lady Burke. I'm back, and I'm back to discuss or answer a very excellent question. Can I still get evicted during the COVID-19 pandemic? Great question. Before we move forward, if you haven't already, please select subscribe and click like on this video. And with that said, we're just going to jump right into this question. So the answer to this question, can I still get evicted during the pandemic? The short answer is yes, you still can. Although the law does protect the rights of renters, right? Even though you don't own the property, you're renting the property. This is where you live. That's your home. You have rights. The law only protects renters up to a certain point. There is a clause now in all California residential leases. It's called the lease writer good cause for eviction. And it basically explains that yes, you do have rights as a renter, that the owner has to have a legal reason to evict you, whether it be non-payment of rent or criminal activity, or believe it or not, if it can be proven that you are a nuisance to the property. A lot of people don't know that you can be evicted for being a nuisance to the property. If you are a threat to the property safety, to your neighbor's safety, to the owner's safety, you can still be evicted during this pandemic. In fact, we have a resident at the community that I work at that is in eviction for this exact same thing. Her rent was always paid on time. However, she beat up two people at the property literally with her own two hands. There was eyewitness testimony. The police were there, of course. These victims went ahead and got a restraining order against this resident. We have all this documentation. This person is in eviction right now during the pandemic. So I think it's very important. I thought that was an excellent question. I came across an article that stated resident claims that owner found a loophole to the eviction right now, to the eviction ban. And I wouldn't really call it a loophole, because the fact is that that clause has always been there. This went into effect, I think, about 2 years ago, whereas 2 years ago before that, it was very common for owners to ask people to leave, whether it's because this person is just a pain in the butt. I'm just going to say it. That happens a lot. They cause a lot of problems. Or it could just be this is a new owner that bought the property and is asking people to leave so that he can rehab the entire property. That's very, very common. That's not unheard of in property management when you have new investors. So a clause went into effect about 2 years ago stating, well, you can't just do that. You can't just ask someone to leave just because. People have rights. And there's even relocation fees that the owner now has to pay. So if you're asking someone to leave, you give them a 60-day notice for whatever reason. It could be you just want to rehab the whole property. That's fine, but you now have to be prepared to pay relocation fees anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000, depending on the situation, size of the household, all this stuff. So that does protect renters, but to renters, I feel important that you understand that the owner has rights and your neighbors have rights, and they have the right to live at their property without living in fear. Everyone has that exact same right. So if you are a nuisance to the property, if you have threatened people, and all you have to do is threaten management staff, renters have done that a lot. It results in eviction. You can't threaten management staff. You can't threaten neighbors. You can't threaten the owners. We've had residents actually do that. So can you still be evicted during the pandemic? Yes, you can. The law allows for that. And so renters, if you have any questions, I welcome you to reach out to me. My email will be below. I'm also going to include that article, the link to the article below. And I welcome your guys' feedback. I want to hear your perspective. What do you think? Whether it's you're a renter or you're an owner, I want to see, would love to see all of the feedback on this article and this video. And if there's any other topic that you guys would like for me to do a video on, let me know. So I'm definitely open to suggestions. And I thank you all so much again for tuning in. Remember to subscribe and click like. Thank you so much.